Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well, and I hope where you are, it's looking as good as it's looking in our garden. It's rained and we are all here for it. It's been a long while without this kind of rains in my place, and so we welcome the rains by all means. So today I'm going to take you through my garden, what I'm growing, what was found here by the rain, what we've planted when the rains came. And so it's a garden tour, so let's do this. Where I'm standing right behind me is a flower. So this garden consists of vegetables, fruits, and flowers. So it's a flower. It's also considered as a herb. Some people think of it as a vegetable because I know people who eat its flowers in salads. But this is nasturtium. I ideally use it for my chicken because I know it's a very good dewormer. It was almost dying, but it came back. Now it's alive. So next here we have planted pumpkins in this sack. So these are pumpkins, they have just germinated after the rains, and we hope to trellis them over here. I know you would ask me how they will survive with the weight of pumpkins. I don't ideally grow pumpkins for the fruits, I grow them for the leaves, and so that's fine. I'll just be picking the leaves as it climbs over this ladder. Then here I have an old colored spinach. It was here before the rains, and so it's coming back up and it's doing well. Next I have lettuce. I really have so many different types of lettuce. I forgot to count, and I don't know what they are called, but this is a lettuce. You use it for salads. So next is a very tasty vegetable, but it really struggles under many conditions. Now the rains are excess for it, and it's struggling. That's bok choy. So it's not doing very well. We may not be able to eat it, and we will feed it to the chicken. On this wall we have beans. I'm sure if you are regular in this channel, you know that we love to plant climbing beans on this wall to make it green. And if you stick long enough, you will see how beautiful this turns out. We've already started doing trellising over there. So those are ropes going up. The beans will ideally go up the wall, and the whole wall will be green. It's an exercise I really enjoy doing, and it's a lot of fun. So next we have maize. And if you follow me, you know I planted some red maize. This is my first time planting maize. It's a little maize because my garden is not a lot, but I actually planted this maize for two things: to preserve this seed because it's an indigenous seed. It's not very popular and you can't buy it in the shops. You have to find it from the farmers. So I got this from the seed exchange that I attended, and I decided to plant it so that I can propagate the seeds and see if I can take them to the village, and folks in the village can grow it for me, and then I can have red maize enough to eat. So below the red maize, I have planted some kunde. Kunde doesn't do really well in my garden, and as you can see, it's already struggling, but I think it's because the rains are too much, and somehow when it's raining, this space kind of floods, so they have not germinated a lot of it, and then the weeds are also coming up. And yeah, it's a lot of things going on down there, but I am sure we will eat some kunde. So on the other side of this garden, the spinach. This is old spinach. This is also another thing that struggles with excess rain. You can see it's already spotting. Yeah, so this is as a result of too much rain. Yeah, that's how spinach behaves. Then we have skuma wiki. Skuma wiki thrives in the rain. You can see this one is doing very well. And this is the skuma wiki that you plant branches. It's not the seeds. You just propagate it by cutting. So it's always been there, but you're going to add more, and so that it can fill that space. So over here we have a capsicum. It's really doing well. You can see we have some very huge ones growing over here, and this one is the flowers are coming up. Next is also another capsicum with a very big one doing very well. And as usual in an organic garden, we practice this companion planting. This is basil. It helps with pests, and also I think it helps also with the soil. So I plant them together. I make sure I mix my herbs with my vegetables, and they're usually very helpful. This is a new entrant over here. This is fennel. I just planted them recently, so they haven't picked up very well. And these are the chocolate cherry tomatoes. And just put them here. I was given a few seeds, I propagated them, and they don't do very well with the rains, but I hope they do well. Then next we have celery, doing well and thriving. This is celery. And next to it, we have more lettuce. At the other side, we have old spinach, the red variety and the usual one. These ones look like they are thriving. They have not been as affected by the rains, but the pests, they are chewing them. Yeah, so that's fine. Next, I have something that is almost overwhelmed by the pests, and this is spring onions. It's the aphids are all over. So I'll come back over here with some rabbit urine and see if I can save those ones. On the other side, we have some peppers. I don't know which peppers are these, but they are the curly ones. Yeah, so there is this, and this is a volunteer maize. I've left it to be. I don't know what will turn out of it. I don't even know what varieties it is. Also, we have a volunteer bean here, and it's I realize it's not the same bean as the one I'm growing there. So I let it go. I want to see what it is. Then if it's something I'm interested in, I can save the seeds. Yeah, below the bean, below this cage had tomatoes. They died as soon as it started raining. These sun gold cherry tomatoes, they died. We just have those two remnants. Below it, there's a lot of basil coming up. Just threw some seeds there. This usually is a banana spot, but things grow below it, so you just let them. This is what was my seed bed for this season. So here I had some herbs and then some lettuce. I've already transplanted enough for my garden. These ones I'll find somewhere else to transplant them too. More capsicum here. I think I need to come and give this one support because it has a lot of fruit. It can fall if I don't do that. So next, there's this tomato. I planted these two, and they are not doing very well because the rains and tomatoes are not friends. But these two seeds, I got them from the seed exchange. I was told it's an exotic seed. I'm waiting to see how it turns out. And then next I have a volunteer popo tree. I've just decided to let it be because my usual popo trees have been dying because of some disease. So if this one thrives, well and good, I'll see how it turns out. So next over here, I have a few herbs that I grow here. This is where my water comes from. So I have, this is a lemon balm. Some people call it peppermint. It's lemon balm. That's chocolate mint growing over there. And those are just volunteer amaranthus. So this is peppermint, that's chocolate mint. And then we have tarragon. Yeah, when it rains, the herbs just become wild. Actually, this is the best time to transplant your herbs, or even to plant your herbs to give to your friends. It's a very good time, yeah, to get some herbs in your garden. Then that's turmeric. It just grew on itself. So next, here we have some strawberries. Strawberries really struggled. They actually at some point died. So I brought 3 new ones. I want to start seeing if I can propagate them and have a garden of strawberries. Here we have a tomato that has been here. This tomato, we've eaten it so much, but it's still thriving. It's given new shoots, like you can see this one. It's a cherry tomato. I don't know whether I can show you how it looks like. Looks like this or like this. So I need to come and remove all the dead leaves to make sure that we see if the new shoots will thrive. If they don't, we'll just let it be because it served its purpose. Next to it is another cherry tomato, the round ones. Not actually my favorite. I prefer these are round, these are pear-shaped. I prefer these pear-shaped ones. Okay, next we have new spinach. As I said, spinach don't do exactly very well during the rains, but we see here, these ones are picking, but this one is very struggling because on top of it, there's a roof that is dropping a lot of rain. And this is something we will talk about in another video. Yeah, so keep it here. And next is a herb. This is feverfew. This one you don't need to plant twice. You plant once, it drops its seeds, it keeps on propagating itself if you've taken good care of your garden. This is our dragon fruit. This dragon fruit was doing very well until this trellis fell. And when the trellis fell, the dragon fruit came down. There were so many breakages. There are so many. We lost so much, but yeah, we trellised it back, and it's not looking bad. We hope we will have fruit soon. Next is an old amaranthus plant. Amaranthus does very, very well in the rain. So we have this, we have that. It's just giving food all through. And then there's that one which we were saving the seeds, but the rains have beaten it. We hope we will be able to harvest a few seeds and save them. More spinach, really struggling. Then this is the lettuce that we've transplanted. So we've just put the red and the green together. I really like the way they look when they have grown, the different colors in one container. More capsicum. And the shock is that these capsicum are growing on the ground. They are not doing as well as the capsicum growing in the containers. So these ones have very tiny fruits, not even looking so good. But the ones in the containers are very, very nice fruits that are thriving. I don't know the reason. Yeah, so that's what's happening. This is our old pawpaw plant, the one I said that it's been struggling. I think it's a virus that attacked it, and we've tried to fight, but it dies, comes back, gives fruits, dies, so I just let it be. Next is a very huge sunflower. I love sunflowers, but they don't love me back so much. So I'll plant like 20 and just get like 2. Like now I just have 2, this one and that one. So they're just 2. Next is my bush beans. These are doing very well. What we would call French beans. Yeah, but the packet I bought them in was written bush beans. These 2 beans don't struggle a lot. They always do well in my garden, and they're actually a favorite. So on this cage, this is an old cucumber vine, which I need to remove. And then I have butternuts, which are coming up. So there's that butternut, there's another one and another one. So they'll just come up this cage. I've grown butternuts in cages before and they have done very well. So this is a repeat. Next is our old yellow spinach. Very, very, very beaten by the rains. But we still have some food, so we are grateful for it. Some more amaranthus. Then we have an orange fruit over here. I don't know whether I can jump in and show you. It has a lot of oranges. Yeah, here. It's a very tiny tree, but it has oranges. Yeah. Next is another dragon fruit. And on top of it is a moringa that is really thriving and threatening to take over everything over here. Yes, that's moringa. We use it for our own use. It's very nutritious, and also for the chicken. It's also very nutritious for the chicken. And then here we have more spinach. I've already said that spinach are struggling, but we are keeping on. Next is orange. This one does have oranges. Does have some. We will find them. Yes, there's one here. There's another one there. So this is an orange tree which has actually been overtaken by this pomegranate. So this pomegranate has been giving a lot of fruits. So it has covered my orange completely, but I think I need to come over here and prune it a bit so that it gives the orange some space to thrive also, so that all of them thrive. Below here, I had grown radish during the hot season because radish does well under the shade, so it didn't struggle. So this was radish. It's doing also very well. I want to let it keep going. I see if I'll be able to harvest seeds. I'm a big advocate of seed saving. I don't like the business of buying seeds all the time. So I want to save some radish seeds and see if they will do well. And the next is spinach, and then lettuce. This lettuce was doing so well. We enjoyed a lot of salads during the sunny season, but it was going to fruit. But this one fell last night because of the rains. But it's still edible, but you can also feed it to the chickens. But one good thing with the lettuce, as long as you let it be, it has water and the soil is good, it will keep going, it will give you seeds, and then you can reuse them. I can't remember the last time I bought lettuce seeds. I just use the ones around. Then this is another climbing bean which volunteered, and it's going up and up. all over here. So we'll see what it is. More struggling spinach all over. So we can keep going. I think that spinach, this is our mango tree. Yeah. Then in this container, we have a decorative plant. This is the scalloped monstera. And I have tried to start some Cuban oregano inside here and see if it will thrive. Now this spot had a lot of very nice basil. It died. It went to seed. We harvested the seed and then we left it. Then these are marigolds. They were here during the hot season. They flowered. Now they have gone to seed, as you can see. And we've harvested some seeds. So this one is just dying naturally. So next we have, this is oregano. It's actually been overwhelmed by this weed. I don't know what this weed is called. These are now challenges of the rain. Yeah, so this wind has overwhelmed my oregano. I'll come and try to remove it. This is a volunteer celery. I saw it when it was young and decided to leave it because I'll just come and cut it and cook it. I won't throw it away. Next we have rosemary. Rosemary is a very popular herb. All over here we have herbs. And then behind we have skuma wiki and butternut. The butternut is now flowering. We have some flowers and some fruits. We hope it will go to maturity. So this is next is a dwarf curry. All these are herbs over here. This is dwarf curry. Next is lemon fizz. Next is bay leaf. Bay leaf they have. You can harvest them and dry them, or you can actually use them fresh. I remember when I first planted it, I'd never encountered fresh bay leaf. So I wondered, do I always have to dry it? No, you can use it when it's fresh. Then next we have marjoram. It's a very sweet herb for tea. Then we have garlic chives. We have lemongrass. And then we have the ordinary thyme. And finally, we have, this is a fruit. It's, I've forgotten the name, but it's some kind of those tiny fruits, the berries. I don't know which exact berry it is, but the fruits are black. I don't know that it's not blackberry for sure. I think it's blueberry. It was struggling a lot to almost died, but it just came back with the rains, started thriving by itself. Yeah, so that's it for this garden tour. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. And always remember, if you have a vision, add some passion. I'll see you in the next one.